I'm Jay Dillon, owner of TMT. Over the past 4 years, I've generated tens of millions of dollars for creators on OnlyFans. I've also helped scale multiple Instagram accounts to over 100k followers plus, generating over 1 billion views this year alone. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I got one of my creators over 200 paid subs in just 24 hours. And if you follow everything you see in this video, you can too. So the first thing we did is understand the importance of strategy and brand. And what I mean by that is proven verticals, authenticity, what works for you, and why content goes viral, right? So I'm going to go into this in a bit more detail. Proven verticals for this creator was Omegle and skits. We have 20 plus, but these are basically just styles of videos, right? So if you're posting heavy public interviews, that's a vertical. Omegle, skits, those are also verticals. We have over 20, so if you are looking for proven verticals and you just don't know which ones to pick, drop me a message on my Instagram. It's up here, and I'm more than happy to send that across to you. But that is the initial thing we did. Understand what kind of verticals is this model going to go down. Now, this ties into that because you need to be authentic with the content you are creating. You do not want to copy, right? This is all about how do you want to be perceived to your fans, right? If your agency is telling you to do X, Y, and Z and you don't want to do those kind of videos, then it's obviously not going to work. You need to be authentic with the content that you create because that is the best way to be yourself and to be perceived for exactly what you want to be perceived as. Now, what works for you, right? This is all about tracking data. If you don't track, you simply do not care. You need to look at all your videos and understand what actually works well for you. You might prefer doing Omegle, but if skits work way better for you, then you should probably go down doing more skits. You need to track week on week and improve with what's working well and what isn't working well, do less of that. It's very simple, right? Look at your data, look at your videos. The top 20%, do more of that, right? So for example, if you're doing Omegle and everyone's like in this one type of question, just keep asking that question more. But if, you know, when you're asking a certain question and everyone's swiping off, stop asking that question, right? But you're only gonna know that if you watch the data and you actually understand what is going on in your videos, right? And now you need to understand why content goes viral, right? Instagram is a business. They only care about retention, right? So if we have, let's just say creator A, and then we have creator B, right? Watch time, let's say creator A has 1x watch time, but creator B has 3x watch time. What does this mean, right? Creator B is getting 3 times the amount creator A is of their viewers to watch their video. So now you're showing Instagram that your content is keeping people on their platform. Why is this good? Well, Instagram make money through ads. So the more people you keep on their platform through your content, the more Instagram is going to reward you and push your content out to other people. It is as simple as that. That is why content goes viral. So if you're not looking at your watch time, if you're not looking at your replay time, then you will not know what to improve and why you are not going viral. Right, so now you understand why content goes viral and more importantly, what retention is as a business to Instagram, right? Instagram is a business, you need to know what that means. But if we want to go in a little bit more detail, you need to understand the viral video format, which is the hook, retention, and reward. Honestly, I could genuinely go through this topic alone for like an hour. So if you do want to see me go into this in further detail, just literally put in the comments below that you want to see that and I'll make a video on it. But I'm going to quickly touch on it right now. So the hook is literally the first millisecond of a video. Look at anyone that's ever been on TikTok, right? Just watch the next person you see on TikTok. They don't even give a video half a second before the swipe. So your video, your hook, your first half a second has to be that good. It needs to trigger emotion. It needs to do that so well that people will actually stop and watch your video. Because if you don't do that, your video is not going to get views, right? Bad hook equals bad views. With retention, you need to either build curiosity or something called predictability, right? Where it might be a video where you as the viewer can predict what is about to happen. So now the only reason you are watching that video and carrying on the middle part of the video is because you think you know what is about to happen, right? Or curiosity, which is the complete opposite, where you have no idea what is happening and you just want to find out what is going on. That is also the retention of it, right? You kind of need to re-hook them in with that. You've already got the hook at the start with whatever you might be doing. You need to do that again with either curiosity or predictability. There's obviously other ways, but this is what has worked well with us with these verticals. And now reward is just something that increases the replay time, right? If you actually reward them with something for Omegle, let's say, for example, if you just flash, that's going to get people to watch the full video again, and that's going to increase the replay time. Now, I could go through all of this, like I said before, in a lot more detail, but if you want me to, drop in the comments and I'll make a full video about it. Right, let's talk about high leverage traffic systems. First of all, what do I mean by leverage? Basically, get more per action, okay? So, we chose Facebook to get 200 subs for our model, and this is exactly why. The reason is because it was a low barrier to get attention, okay? There's less OF creators promoting on there, and the content on there is better for how our model wants to be perceived, right? It's not safe. There's no not safe for work content on Facebook compared to X and Reddit. That is why we didn't choose those, and we chose Facebook, and why it works so well for us. Another thing that we did is we repurposed content, right? Again, she posted once, that's already been viral on Instagram, for example. We just posted it again on Facebook. We have a full scheduling team that can already help her do this. So she literally had to do zero extra work for repurposing content, but it works so well, which makes it very high leverage, right? So when you combine the fact that on Facebook, it's a low barrier to get the attention that we want, and we could just do it by using the content that's already went viral and already been created and edited on a different platform, that makes it a very high leverage and very easy to, in one day, get over 200 paid subs. Right, now let's talk about volume, right? And what we did to achieve over 200 paid subs in a day, right? We posted 64 times in a day, right? This is what we have done to help this creator get 200 paid subs in a day, right? To post 64 times a day, right? Think how many times 64 times is, right? That is 64 shots on target. Every single time you post an Instagram reel, a story, wherever it may be, that is basically you having a shot on target to go viral, okay? So posting 64 times is obviously way better than doing that once. But to do that, you need planning plus direction to create that much content, right? It's impossible for you to, first of all, think about what content you're gonna be posting. Go back to one of the earlier whiteboards, right? Talking about your verticals, your niche, you being authentic. So you need to think about all of that, right? Okay, you've thought about all that. Then you actually need to go and create it, then edit it, and then post it, right? Doing all that within the actual viral format is very tough, but it's not impossible, right? It's way easier with a team, which is why we achieved our creator 200 paid subs just by doing this, right? Now, thinking of 64 different posts is impossible, right? You're not gonna be doing that every single day, which is why, again, repurposing content, you have to repurpose content to achieve this much volume, right? Think about it. You're not gonna have 64 brand new posts every single day. You have to repurpose content. And this is where you can use softwares like Tick Fusion and stuff like that. There's a stuff that we do use that I don't tell people, but if you do want to know about that, just message me on my Instagram. It should be in the description down below somewhere, and I can tell you some of the softwares that we do to help post this much volume, okay? We have a full scheduling team, right? Posting 64 times a day by yourself is hard, right? But we have a scheduling team. It's kind of like playing football, right? If you're gonna play a game of football against 11 people by yourself, right? It doesn't matter how good you are, right? Those 11 people can obviously collectively work way harder than you. And this is something that a lot of OF creators do not understand, right? You might be amazing, you might be viral, you might be the hardest working person I've ever met in my whole life, but you against my team full of 20 people, we're obviously gonna be able to outwork you. Doesn't mean we're better, it just means that we're outworking you. And if you can outwork someone and post 64 times every single day, you're gonna get a lot more results. Okay, now let's talk about the leverage quality before quantity, right? Track data to know what works, okay? So look, if you're posting videos that are only getting 150 views, right? Times that by 64, that's 9,600 views, right? But if each of your videos, your posts, if they are getting 9,600 views, times that by 64 posts, that's 614,000 views, right? Obviously the maths is there. It's way better if you're actually posting good content than bad content, right? That's just common sense. But you need to know what you are posting, right? You need to track the data to know what works first before you just start posting loads, right? Because if you're going to post this many times in a day, you might as well post the videos that are going to get you these kind of views. Okay, right, now the last thing that we focused on is the high quality funnel. Okay, we actually achieved a 2% click to sub with this model to achieve 200 paid subs. Okay, so now the quick maths on this, right, is if you have a 1% and you have 10K clicks, you're gonna get 100 subs. But if your click to sub is 2% with those exact same amount as link clicks, right, 10K link clicks, you're gonna get 200 subs, right? Same link clicks, but double the subs. That's how important this is. Overnight, you can literally make double the money just by improving this, right? And this is how you do it, okay? First of all, we need a simple funnel, okay? I'm sick of seeing loads of link trees and all these links with the Twitters in, the Amazon shop list, every other link that is directing your fans, the people that you are working very hard to get their attention to, you're literally sending them somewhere else other than just your OF. You need to have that simple, right? It's like having a pipe, right? That's water's flowing through it and you want it to reach its destination, but it's got 7 different little holes and leaks. This is what like a Telegram link is, an Amazon wish list, a Twitter. All of these links that you have in your bio, right, to these other social media platforms, you are literally hurting this. This is one of the main things that you need to do to achieve a 2%. This creator actually, I think she was like, I can't remember the exact number, but I think she was on like 1.2 click to sub. So it's closer to 1 than it was to 2. We did these simple things and we've changed it to 2%, right? Now let's talk about the actual OF page, right? You need to think about the bio, the profile picture, and the promo, right? This all ties in together because you need to think about the brand, you need to intrigue them, and you need to add in some scarcity, right? So bio, right? If on Instagram, for example, your niche is girl next door, but in your bio, you've got the most filthiest of filthiest things that you have X, Y, and Z content. You got a whole like, you've got a, what do you call that? Like a shopping list of like, look, this is my content, a menu, right? This is what people call it, a menu. Why do you have a menu in your bio if you're trying to be some girl next door? That doesn't make sense, right? You're trying to scare people off. It doesn't actually go well with your brand, right? Your bio needs to match the brand that you are portraying yourself on your socials, okay? And then intrigue, that also adds in intrigue, right? It's because these people, if they're, you know, if you're a girl next door type of girl that is doing that kind of content and you are posting that stuff, and then you have in your bio that is heavily, you know, or I might be timid on my socials, but I'm a bit more dangerous once you get to know me, something like that, right? Now that also improves the intrigue, right? It makes the fan like wanting to know what are you actually like once I get to know you, which is actually going to improve this because a lot more people are going to be subbing just by looking at your bio. Profile picture is pretty much the exact same. Have something that is on brand, right? And then scarcity is big with the promo. Okay, so now in your promo, right, if you don't have any, if it's just $9.99 with no discount, that is terrible, okay? You're not trying to make money through subs, you're trying to make money through messages, right? You want the barrier to entry for your fans to be as low as possible. So the higher your subscription price is, the lower, you know, the more people are gonna think twice about spending, right? Okay, so the best way you can do that is by just adding a promo. Maybe it could be, do as max as you possibly can, right? If you can do 70% off, make it down to $3 and just say, only available for the next 6 people, right? It could be fake, we just have that for everyone, right? Available for the next 6 people only, and that works amazingly because when someone clicks, right, that is already intrigued in your brand, they see that there's only 6 people left, he's a lucky person, that's going to get them to sub way more. Again, the reason why I'm saying this is because this works, this is how you achieve this, right? And why all of this actually works is because we track data, right? This is not opinion based. I'm not here telling you about my opinions, right? If you do not track, you do not care. You cannot master what you don't measure. Okay, you're trying to improve your click to sub ratio, right? You're trying to make double the money overnight. You have to do that by tracking data. Now, we're in a good position because we've got 4 years of data. I've been doing this for 4 years, so I've been tracking this stuff for 4 years, so I know what works. So I know, for example, if I sign a creator and she's got X, Y, and Z links in her bio, I can just take out all of them and only leave in the OnlyFans link, and that's gonna instantly make you more money. You've not done no extra hard work. You've just navigated your funnel to be more simple. Okay, you've just literally got a higher quality funnel by doing all of this. This is something that you can do right now, right? You need to actually go through, measure how many clicks you're getting, right, on your link. Measure how many from those clicks are subscribing. What is your click to sub? If it's anywhere near 1, that's not good, right? You can improve that straight away, okay? But you can do that yourself, or you can just have a team do that for you, which is obviously what this creator had and still has to get these kind of results. Right, so that is all for this video. If you like what I've said in this video and you think it would actually help, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you are a model and you actually agree with everything that we did and you think we are a good fit for you, just drop your details down below. There should be a link, or you can just message me straight on Instagram, whatever is easier. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.